How's it going, y'all? I'm back with another one. On this page, things are starting to heat up. As the tension between Hathor and Celeste continues to swell, it's a conflict of ideals, where Hathor is more of a fanatic of the blooded fruit. Celeste is an apostate of that form of cult. She urges Hathor to destroy her hemiphage. It's something she did when she left the blooded fruit. But where Celeste was born blooded, Hathor, and like many others within the cult, had to work their way around and essentially adopt these creatures that give them the abilities of the blooded. It's like this giant thing that can change form and size depending on the usage, and also acts as a direct line to their master, the one who created this race of bloodsuckers. When Celeste was younger, she discarded hers once she was in a safe place, but she still retained her abilities and overall connection to the blooded fruit. Hers is stronger than most, seeing as how she grew up within the cult. She was born of it. And so she doesn't have much of a choice but to hear her former master's voice every so often. Hence why there was a vestige in the beginning of the chapter. But on this page, through Hathor's hemiphage, the blooded fruit won't be ignored. Her message will be received whether she wants to or not. And Celeste will just have to listen just this once before retaliating. But that's for the next page. Right now, you get a glimpse of the what face of the master possibly looks like through this hemiphage. When coming up for ideas for this creature, I drew many inspirations from Tokyo Ghoul for one, but also Attack on Titan, a little bit of Elden Ring, how they have these centipede motifs, particularly with Godwin's Great Room. I just found something about it so interesting, how like these insects, these little creepy crawlies, whatever you want to classify them as, can be seen as a symbol of divinity, something greater than beyond our own understanding. Hence why I included them here. And you can see it here, but in earlier pages and Celeste concept art, she has the mark branded on her back that signifies her allegiance to the blooded fruit. It's like branded on her skin, like the mark of sacrifice in Berserk. It's not something she could just get rid of. Even when she can claw at her back or lose that piece of skin, it always regenerates and the mark will still be there. She views her mark as an affliction, a curse even, whereas Hathor sees it as a blessing, a gift even. Where these two contract, they're essentially two sides of the same coin. Where Hathor is what Celeste could have been had she stayed. Hathor was already a goddess in her own pantheon, but she wanted more power. She wanted something beyond what her father could give her, and she found that within the blooded. Hence why she and several others were recruited to take on what is essentially the Olympians. The blooded fruit was a titan, of which I won't say which one in particular, but when it came down to it years ago in the Titanomachy, in my version of the story, she sided with Typhon against Zeus. Eventually they ended up losing, but not before casting herself away into Tartarus and creating this race of people, the blooded. Some natural born like Celeste, others created, some by the hematophage, others might ingested the blooded fruit's DNA itself. It just all depends on where you were when you encountered him. And regardless of the Olympian regime or any other governments, the blooded are seen as kill on sight type creatures, despite having their own sentience and thought process. They are nothing to be trifled with. Even if they don't agree with the blooded fruit, they're still a threat. That's why some, like Celeste, hide their status. Only Javi knows, outside of her brother, that she's one of them. And given in chapter 1, where Captain Monse reveals his story factor to her, Celeste is a little bit more on edge, having been exposed like that. So she has to be a little more cautious, a little bit more wary of who she encounters from now on. But for now, she has to deal with the threat in front of her, who threatens to take her back to her former master, the one she wants nothing to do with. She still has to find Artemis, but can't do that with all these distractions coming in her way. As I said before, when you're in the end of this chapter, this one in particular is 32 pages, and the next one is also might be 32, with a little bit of extra 4 pages for an epilogue. That's at least what I'm planning. Still in the outline phase of that, but we got 6 more pages here to color in ink. Then after that, chapter 3 is done. It'll be up on the site. But when you're in the end of this video, thank you all for watching. Subscribe, comment, and know what you want to see more or hear about. And as always, stay rotten. Peace.